be men.
Better to be living men.
Come on, Mom. Manly food.
Come on, Cor. Manly food.
Humor her. She washes your underwear.
Aren't you going to cut these sandwiches?
No. When men eat, they like to feel a fistful of bread and meat, not some crustless little triangle.
Yeah, Mom. Last time you made the sandwiches, all the truckers that passed us laughed and thought we were major nozzles.
I want to go see the Blue Angels.
Well, these aren't angels from heaven, Morgan.
Yeah, these angels are from the Navy. Me and Dad are going to watch them do formations.
I want to go with you.
You do?
Harry.
Dad, you know she can't sit still. You know she's got an attention span of like 2 seconds.
Morgan.
I got it.
Heather, I'm sorry. Look, you wear a turtleneck no one's even gonna notice. Okay, I sucked a neck. Mrs. Matthews, Leonard Spinelli. I'm Mr. Matthews' assistant manager.
Lanny, I know who you are. You've had dinner here maybe 20 times.
Oh, well, I'm just never sure if I really make an impression on people.
Yeah, you do.
I tried phoning repeatedly. Did you know call waiting is only pennies a day?
Money alert.
Mr. Matthews, I'm very sorry to disturb you at home, especially on a Sunday, especially when you're spending time with your family. Leonard Spinelli.
Lenny, I know who you are.
Oh, really? Because I'm never really sure if I make
Yeah. You do.
Lenny, you came here. I assume there's a point.
Right. Mr. Matthews, if we move quickly, I think we can contain this thing. Oh, the horror.
Bottom line, Lenny.
Right. Oh, boy. The bottom line is this. You know that long shelf over the produce department that holds all those cases of Perrier?
Yeah?
It doesn't do that anymore.
It fell down?
Fell down would be one way of putting it. Another way would be that the bottles crashed through those produce bins like they were eggshells and set an imported French tidal wave all the way down aisle 6.
What's on aisle 6?
10,000 packages of Alka-Seltzer.
Was anybody hurt?
Hard to say. Mr. Conklin was still fizzing when I left.
I gotta go.
Dad.
Corey, I gotta go. I've got an effervescent produce manager.
Well, you got a warping son. I'm not spending enough time with my dad. You step out of this house, I'm on my way to my first ballet lesson.
I promise you, I'll make it up to you. Hey, I promise.
taking your math test.
Boy, you'd never see this on a menu.
They don't know good.
5-all. Could be the no-hitter. No, Dykstra pulls it back over the wall.
I hear ya. Thanks for waking me up, Dad.
Hey, wouldn't be this much fun without you. Don't tell Mom.
Mom's not in on this?
No. This is kind of a guy secret. Well, father-son bonding. Your mother can never find out about this.
Dad,
Hmm.
this was as good as watching those Navy planes any day.
All right, class, time's up. Please pass your test papers to the front of your rows. Mr. Minkus, this test didn't require an essay answer, but how refreshing that you've chosen to include one.
Suck up, teacher plumber.
Feels a C- short. Ah, yes.
Huh? Is the test over? How'd I do?
Looks like an A.
I got an A?
No, A is the only answer you put down before you slipped into the coma.
So, what'd I get?
Well, you answered one question out of 40 and got it wrong. So what grade do you think I'm going to give you?
Can it be found at the beginning of the word fajita?
Si, senor.
Come on, Mr. Feeney. I was up till after midnight.
Oh, and what earth-shattering event kept you up till that time of night?
A no-hitter.
You got to stay up and watch the game?
With my dad.
Cool.
Ah, baseball. Silly me. I thought you might have stayed up for something frivolous, like the announcement from Stockholm of the Nobel Prizes.
Biophysics, Dr. Ira Suchek. Medicine, Dr. Lin Yi Pao. Economics, Professor Narwhal Fulweb. And I'm fresh as a daisy.
Teacher's pet.
Fix a sink.
And Ed?
Hi, Daddy.
I think he was talking to me.
Well, actually, it was a generic babe encompassing all of womanhood.
Oh, don't I feel special?
Dad, we blew it.
Hey, I haven't seen you since breakfast. Whatever it was, you blew it yourself.
I failed the test today, just because I fell asleep. I mean, I told Mr. Feeney you and I were up past midnight watching this incredible no-hitter. And then I realized it was probably just an intensely vivid dream.
Kept him up that late on a school night?
Well, it may not have been me. I think I saw some other fathers slurking around out there after midnight.
Midnight on a school night? What were you thinking?
I was thinking that I don't spend enough time with my son. I was thinking that I promised to make it up to him. I was thinking I'd go have a talk with Mr. Feeney.
Thank you.
I'll explain it to him, get him to let Corey take a makeup test.
Oh, I'm so glad. Because until you do, you're grounded.
Does that really work? Can she ground you?
In certain like to talk to you about that test my son failed today.
Of course, Alan. I'm always available to discuss a student's progress or problems with an interested parent.
You see, it was my fault he fell asleep in class. I kept him up late last night.
To watch a baseball game.
A no-hitter, a piece of Phillies history. You know when the last one was? May 23rd, 1991. Tommy Green. And do you want to know what happened June 21st, 1964? A perfect game. Jim Bunning.
And what year did Magellan circumnavigate the globe?
Why would I fill my head with that junk?
George, I had made plans with Corey yesterday, and something came up. I had to cancel. I promised to make it up to him, so I got him out of bed last night for a little father-son bonding.
I see.
So, can he take a makeup test later this week?
Corey may not take a makeup test. The F stands.
I thought you said you understood.
I believe I do understand, Alan, but understanding and condoning are two entirely separate concepts.
So you're going to fail a boy for spending time with his father?
In my 35 years of teaching, I have heard every excuse imaginable for why someone fails a test. What's my excuse? If somewhere down the line a child fails at something because I once abrogated my responsibility to impart knowledge.
I've got to listen to this every day.
House.
Gone.
Look, I don't understand why you're making a federal case out of this.
Maybe if you were entrusted with the education of 32 sixth graders every day, you would understand what I'm talking about.
And maybe if you had a son and you were trying to find time to spend with him in between your job and fixing the car and insulating the attic, you would understand what I'm talking about. But you don't have a son, George, so how could you understand?
Well, we are obviously on opposite sides of the fence here.
Yes, we are.
This conversation is over.
Ah, Dad. You got beat.
The conquering heroes return. How did you do?
It was a very difficult conversation.
Because Feeney's a butt.
Hey, you don't call your teacher that. Good teachers are a rare commodity in this world, and George Feeney is a great teacher. Why don't you go upstairs and get some tennis clothes on? We'll go down to the Y, hit some balls.
Okay.
Feeney's a butt.
Alan.
I know what you're going to say.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do. You're going to say I'm a jerk for keeping my kid up half the night and then trying to weasel his teacher into making an exception to the rules.
That's not what I was going to say.
Okay, what were you going to say?
Forks go on the left.
That's it?